Once upon a time, in a far, far, far away land, lived a teacher. His name was Mr. Try Again. Try Again was a dedicated teacher and wanted to teach vocabulary, but did not know how. He tried this and that all the time around, but never got the results he wanted.
Okay, I have a word list and I will teach vocabulary. They seem random, but I think it works. There's no problem. This doesn't work. My students couldn't memorize even half of the words. Actually, they are in alphabetical order, but my students are confused. I can't manage this.
Hey,
Oh.
Mr. Trigan, is there a problem?
Yes? I can't teach vocabulary to my students in any way.
Oh. You cannot use random texts when teaching vocabulary. The words should be connected. Either they should be thematic or even better, they should be connected in a sense that you can use them in the same sentence. Do you see what I mean?
That's all good when you say, but how can I find that kind of text?
Well, using CLIL is a great start.
Okay. What's clear?
Oh, let me explain it to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ELT News. Today we'll be talking about a hot topic in ELT methodology, and that is integration of content and language learning for vocabulary teaching. What is that, and why is it important? Well, let's look at it. In content-based instruction, we use texts that are from a specific subject area. That means in different texts, we're talking about the same subject. And what does that mean? Well, first, they have got more chance for repetition. Students will see the same words in different texts again and again. And we know repetition is important for language learning, don't we? Secondly, well, the vocabulary load will be less because the vocabulary will be limited to a specific target area. That's obvious, isn't it? And thirdly, because the students are getting used to the area, it gets much easier to guess, to use the context for learning new things. And fourthly, because we are talking about a subject area, they're learning new ideas. And new ideas mean great opportunities for using the vocabulary in new ways. And that's all for today. We hope to see you again in another episode of ELT News.
Now I see. Thank you, Tiferi.
You are welcome.
This meaningful text didn't work as well. Tiferi. Tiferi.
Oh my god, how come? What didn't work?
You said this would work, but it didn't. So what's wrong with it?
Now I see what went wrong. Look at the text you're using. Words are connected. That is nice. But there are so many words which are not used frequently. And the text is full of one-time usages. It doesn't work that way. The text should be prepared in a certain way.
Okay, but you didn't tell me that. What way?
This way.
Oh my goodness! It seems seems like we've forgotten talking about certain things in content-based instruction. That is, how to prepare the text or how to find them. Well, what we're going to look at is the vocabulary type in the text. First of all, we hope that most of the vocabulary in the text is high frequency, especially from the first 2,000 words. I mean, the most frequently used 2,000 words. Secondly, there can be some words from the academic word list. That's fine. And of course, there will be technical vocabulary. But the thing is, low frequency words should not be there. And even if they are there, they should not be one-timers. You should get used to them. Like, you should see them more than once in the text, which is obvious. And the other thing is, yes, they will learn the technical vocabulary during the lesson, but what about the other type of vocabulary? You need to make sure that your students has got a good understanding of the first 2,000 words, the most frequently used 2,000 words, and the academic word list, so that they can understand the text, you know. And lastly, teachers should create opportunities for using this vocabulary, which means they should use tasks after reading the text. And that's it. So that's the end of this topic. See you soon again with another important topic on ELT News.
This makes sense.
Yes, it does. You should use tasks to improve student learning.
I see. I will try this. The most important thing in the text is content.
Tick, tick, tick.
Oh, hi. How is it going?
Well, I should ask you that.
It's fine. The texts are working well. Thanks so much. But the tasks, well, I put a lot of effort, but they didn't work well. So I just quit.
How come? Tell me more. How did you do it?
How can I? I looked at the text and designed a task for students to use vocabulary, but they couldn't do it.
And what did you do to make the task easier and familiar?
Nothing. What could I do?
You should not have only independent tasks. Tasks should be guided, experience, or shared. Guided, experience, shared. Something like that.
How experience shared? Guiding what?
Okay. Now, please listen to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's hot topic is tasks in content-based instruction. Well, for vocabulary learning, we've got 5 main principles. These are motivation, repetition, 4 strengths, thoughtful processing, and meaningful relationships. We already know what motivation and repetition are, don't we? So, we're going to talk about 4 strengths first. What are these 4 strengths? 1, meaning-focused input. 2, meaning-focused output. 3, language-focused learning. And 4, fluency development. We should be focusing on all 4 of them. And what is thoughtful processing? Or what does it consist of? It consists of 3 main components: noticing, retrieving, and making generative use of the vocabulary. And lastly, we're going to talk about meaningful relationships. Well, you may all say, we are using content-based instruction. We have got thematic vocabulary. They should already have a meaningful relationship. Well, that's correct, but halfway through. Because although synonyms, antonyms, lexical sets have got a meaningful relationship in between them, they are harder to memorize. Because they're much like lists, you know. It is much, much better if you got a word group that you need to learn, which can be used in the same sentence. Like if you have got an adverb and an adjective and a noun, which makes a meaningful sentence altogether. That's much easier to learn. And now we've got another topic after we've talked about the principles. The tasks has got certain types, and we should not be using independent tasks or like really independent tasks. We should instead be using guided tasks, shared tasks, or experience tasks. And what is experience tasks? Experience tasks is, if you're really familiar with the context, it is personal. You're experienced in the context. That task is an experience task because it gets much easier when you know the context, when you know what to do in that context. Second group of shared tasks is tasks that require group work. So if you got your peers around, you can talk with them, you can get assistance from them, and they can get assistance from you, so it gets easier. Third group, guided tasks, has got two different subtypes. First group of guided tasks is, well, guided tasks with guided questions or guiding questions, to better put. In those tasks, students has got an instruction that is quite organized. This can be multiple choice. This can be tables, filling tables. So because the question is structured, the task is structured, it's easier. The second group is when you got outside assistance. What is outside assistance? You may look at dictionaries, for example. These are guiding you. And that's what we can say about tasks in content-based instruction. So please don't forget, we do not use independent tasks. And one last thing. Remember this. When you build up tasks, you make use of one task and another. A task that was an independent task before will become an experience task because the students are getting used to that type of task. So this is the end of the group of talkings we got on the topic of content-based instruction. We hope to see you with new methods, new topics, and new tips. Stay with ELT, stay with us.
Now I see.
Now I know that you learned this. Would you mind giving a short summary for us? Please.
Of course not. First of all, CLIL creates a great opportunity for vocabulary learning. Having connected words in text is important for vocabulary learning, and CLIL gives that chance. Secondly, the vocabulary in the text, which is not about the topic, should not be heavy or rarely used. Thirdly, tasks are necessary to enrich the learning, and they can be made suitable by being turned into guided, shared, and experienced tasks. For properly sequenced content-based instructions, independent tasks are not used. Being capable of accomplishing independent tasks is the eventual aim of working on guided, shared, and experienced tasks.
And that's how the story ends. Once upon a time, in a far, far, far away land, lived a dedicated, experienced, insightful teacher. He just knew how to teach vocabulary. Everybody could see that. But they did not understand one thing. Why did everyone call him Try Again?